Hello everybody and welcome to YCS London 2017. I'm Rob Hooley, Luke Withington and Matt Bell. Now we're here to talk about a little bit about the meta that's going to be going on here. Now, last YCS was Rimini.
For us. Yeah.
And a lot of things have come out since then here in Europe.
Oh yeah.
So the meta has completely changed. Now, Matt, why don't you tell us about what the top dominating deck is at the moment?
So sure, it's no secret that the top deck in the format is the Spiral deck. Since the introduction of Spiral Double Helix in Circuit Break, the deck gained a lot of amazing combos and it's not very easy to shut down. It's extremely consistent. It's looking to set up one field repeatedly, and it's going to be, and then plays just a huge number of hand traps to stop the opponents actually getting into the game. It's taken over the OCG. Pretty much all of their tops right now are Spiral-based decks, and we are starting to see that happening in the TCG based on the results of YCS Dallas and what we saw a little bit earlier with our LLDS finals this weekend.
Yeah, I did hear that there was a lot of Spiral going on in that LLDS.
Yeah, absolutely.
What else is kind of in contention at the moment?
So there's the thing is that there's the Spiral deck, which is obviously all the way at the top, and then there's a bunch of other decks that have some potential. So just to name a few, we have Trickstars.
Bernie.
Yeah. We have Chain Burn is
Bernie.
Yeah, Bernie. I thought I'd stick with the theme. True Dracos is another one that is possibly in contention. Tributey, I guess. Yeah. I don't know what you're gonna do with this one. We got Paleozoics still kind of in a little bit.
Trappy.
Yeah.
Okay. Fossily.
Yeah.
I don't know why I encouraged that. That was just awful.
Yeah.
Like,
Matt, I don't know if you can think of more, but there's a pretty big number of kind of tier 2 decks right now.
there's a lot of tier 2, but there's only one tier 1 that matters right now, and that is Spiral.
Yeah.
I think it's extremely difficult for any other deck to really get in. I was expecting to see maybe after Dallas, actually, when I was looking at the results, I was expecting to see a little bit more of the Pendulum deck. I was thinking, hey, it's going to take a bit of time. People are going to need to figure out how all the ins and outs of the Spiral deck work. No, they were on it straight away, day one.
Yeah.
Hey, here's my board. And the Spiral deck's kind of taken over. While there is things like the Invoked deck playing as many as 15 hand traps and stuff that can exist, I still think this is pretty much going to be a Spiral Link format.
Yeah. What's kind of interesting, usually whenever this happens with a European or a US event, whichever comes first, that the deck that wins usually gets pushed out of the other event, just because people side so heavily for it.
I don't think that's going to happen this weekend.
Yeah, that was in fact my point. I think we're not going to see that. It's just so strong.
Absolutely, yeah. It's absolutely devastating force. It'd be interesting to see how players. You were describing it earlier as like there's basically these two wrecking balls that smash into each other, and everyone scrambles around trying to pick up like the remaining bricks to throw at each other.
Yeah,
and that's a Spiral mirror.
Yeah. Whereas previously we've had the Zodiac, bunch of little furry animals all fighting each other. As soon as a few of them, were destroyed, there were still pieces to be picked up. Whereas, Spiral is absolutely two wrecking balls.
All or nothing.
Yeah, all in
Definitely.
to begin with, and then just whoever can pick up their pieces fast enough.
Definitely. Now, it's a silly question, but Varon, who's to win?
So as per usual, I'm going to pick 2. So I think Spiral's going to win. Deep down, I think Spiral's going to win. But I'd really like to see Invoked. I think that deck is really fun. As soon as they get their little loop going with Alistair Invocation and Magical Meltdown, and then all of their hand traps, I think it's got some potential.
Now, I'm going to go next because I've got 2 decks. One is Trickstar because I absolutely love Trickstar completely. And the other one is there's one player playing it. And I'm glad to see that it's making a comeback. But Gladiator Beasts is definitely going to take this one.
Every time. Okay.
So somebody is playing Gladiator Beasts this time. I mean, all the other events where I've said Gladiator Beasts is going to win, they weren't actually playing it. This one, somebody's playing it. It's going to take it.
Yeah, I've seen
somebody's taking that step. Taking that step. What about you, Matt?
Abandon all hope, ye who come here. Spiral is the only way to go. If you play something that's not Spiral, it's going to be uphill for you this weekend. Kudos to the guy who comes out if he can take it down, but I just think it's actually a really tight-knit field, and I don't see much room otherwise.
Yeah. Well, we all know that Spiral's probably going to be all the way up there, all the way.
I'm a believer of the underdog, not quite as much as Gladiator Beasts, but I'm struggling to get the hype up for the Rocky of the format, which I don't know what that is because it's just another Spiral deck.
There's somebody playing a Rock deck. Is that the Rocky of the format?
Sure.
No, surely Paleozoics are the rocky of the format.
Yeah, that's actually true.
That makes more sense.
I'm just hearing different flavors of Spiral here. I don't know what you're saying.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for watching our little meta discussion there. Stay tuned for much more great quality content from YCS London 2017.